Hey everybody, welcome to some more Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. We are here in Issa, having joined the, what is it called? The Scaligia Arcana? Something like that. And we'll be continuing that quest in a little bit, but for now we have some other things to do. And I believe that includes meeting the High King Titarian. Let's take a real quick look here at the map and the quest log. I think we've been to those areas. Lyceum Grove. Is that where the... Yeah, I think that's where the font is, maybe, or the font controls. Delving Hall, Scaliar kind of symbol. Okay. So yeah, I think that's pretty much everywhere besides the actual font itself and the Trellis, which I guess is where the king is, and also the last of the dignitaries. Um, Interesting that Enter the High King's Court takes me to the font, though. Is that the main quest? Yes, it is. Okay. So let's actually go the other way first and go into the Trellis, which is where the last dignitary is. Looks like we're going upstairs. Oh, okay, we're up above. Well, that's cool. I like that.
Hello. This is the Trellis, gateway to the Court of Summer and His Excellency the High King.
And do my eyes deceive me, or do I see another trainer, I guess, inside here? That's cool. Lots of trainers in Issa, lots of knowledge. And
I'd advise you to leave me to my task. You could say I have a mortal's.
a Mortal's Temper.
What is happening?
That's cool. There's like waterfalls, and then like a nice view of the gardens below. Very pretty place.
You feel it, don't you? Anyone intimate with the ways of magic can detect the waning current. You're like me, your grace. You see the end. Is this how it happened at the House of Ballot? Did Hallam foresee this slow decay? I had a feeling he did.
The end of what?
Of the gardens of Issa? Of the summer court? Why, this crystal war may be the end of all Fae. I know because I am Nomeron, master of the font, the wellspring of all summer court magic. I've seen it flow at its highest, but I've never seen it so dry. Something must be done before all this city withers into nothingness.
Interesting that this seems to be a side quest. I would have thought this would be like a ramification of the main quest. This is the other guy told us about. The master of the font. Tell me more about the font.
The font is the source of all summer court magic. It has flowed through this mountainside since our kind sprang up from the dirt. That flow has waned in recent days. It's unnatural, even as the magic in the world grows. The Fae, it seems, will wither.
I will help you.
The font's flow is controlled from the Lyceum Grove down below. We must open the root system and allow more water through. However, the magic that regulates this flow can only be used by some. It's protected by a ward known as the Waterlock. It can only be opened by one who carries drops from each of the 5 sacred pools surrounding Issa. Collect these drops, and you can break the Waterlock.
That doesn't seem too difficult. I kind of wish there were more like puzzles in this game. That's one thing that seems to be missing that many RPGs have. That could make some of these quests just a little bit less monotonous than running around and like clicking things. Tell me more about the Summer Court.
As it is in every season, this family of Summer Fae has communed at the feet of its greatest leader, the High King Titarian. The Western Fae lands are our domain.
What does a font master do?
Every season, one is chosen to attend the font's magical flow, to act as ambassador. I'm the only Fae to have held the position more than once. I feel the strength of the currents. They wash through me. They rise up and overflow. However, their power weakens. Their cool waters recede.
See, it's interesting how like a lot of their history and a lot of things they talk about almost sound like their society works the same way as a mortal society would, where it's like Okay, every season, is that like a year or is that maybe just a longer period? But if you've only held it once and they're all immortal, like depending on how long that time span is, you eventually just run out of Fae. So I feel like if the whole idea is the species is cyclical and they're all immortal, that he should be holding it once every 10 seasons or once every 20 seasons or something, and not he's the only one that ever held it more than once. Not sure I quite understand yet what parts of their society are endless and cyclical and which parts are finite. Tell me more about the gardens.
It has been located here for many of your generations, what we call seasons. Only in recent times has it been shaped to resemble one of your mortal cities. The summer court resides on the highest terrace, far above the rest of us, as it should be.
Okay, so a season is a generation then, so like 25 years or so. That's good to know. And I guess maybe even though they're immortal, like I haven't seen any fake kids, so I wonder like when they're born, are they full size? Are they adults? Do they just grow up really fast? Is there like a nursery somewhere? Like even if they're the same person, are they? And I guess they have their memories from their previous life. But do they still age at a normal rate? Seems like they're longer lived than we are. Tell me about the High King.
While wise and powerful, he's also brash and narrow. A sliver of light in a world so dark that most of us are blind. His inaction is no match for mortal ambition.
Wonder what that means. Tell me about these sacred pools.
The sacred pools are the collection points for the font's yield. Together, they cradle the gardens of Issa. Keep it safe, powerful and hidden. You will find two of the pools below in the gardens themselves. One near the Ballad Sanctuary, and one in the Court of Summer itself.
I thought there were 5 though. That leaves one out. And the font?
It is the source of Summer Court magic and touches our realm of origin, the land of Ashara. Without its constant flow, our kind would dry up like leaves and vanish.
What is Ashara?
Most mortals know nothing of what lies beyond the veil. The magical realm of Ashara. It is a mystery even to us, as we departed its shores many seasons ago.
I wonder what the veil is. Is that like the edge of the map? Or is it more of a place that's like a mystical, different plane?
Goodbye.
Alright. We will do that quest at some point, but perhaps not right away. So, okay, so I came from up there. There's one of the water fonts. There's one of the dignitaries, the seasons, and the ballads sanctuary. Let's go to the ballad sanctuary first. It's cool they have one here.
What
Since
is
we
it?
are, of course, a member of the House of Ballads, and there's a trainer inside. Oh. That's not the door. This is the door.
Welcome. Oh, you took me by surprise. I'm not accustomed to mortals on the Trellis. Please, enter. I am Lord Saramir, the High Lore Sage of Issa. I am here to answer all questions regarding the House of Ballads and the House of Valor.
I wonder if they mentioned Saramir before. His name sounds really familiar. What are your thoughts on the High King?
By choosing to lead the Summer Fae, Titarian is eternally linked to our fortunes, both day and night. He feels the waning magic as a mortal might feel his heart sink at the sight of his sunrise. When our seasons end, Titarian will be the first to enter the long winter.
And the House of Ballads?
This sanctuary is where the knights of our most prestigious house stay when visiting the Court of Summer. I act as their humble scribe and servant. All Summer Fae clutch the glory of the House of Ballads to its collective breast, knowing that the deeds of one are indeed the deeds of all.
It would be cool if like he acknowledged that you were part of the House of Ballads. I guess you can come here first, maybe, or without doing like the whole House of Ballads quest line. What is the House of Valor?
It was one of the Fae's great houses until its leader was challenged and beaten, and the magic faded under the mortals' leadership. Now even the sanctuary here on the Trellis is wilted and closed as a result of our great loss. Or perhaps it's a sign of something darker.
Well, that's sad. What are your thoughts on the Trellis?
It is meant exclusively for those close to the Summer Court, or the ambassador who wishes an audience with the High King. Our most honorable institutions reside on the Trellis, including the House of Ballad Sanctuary and what was once the House of Valor Sanctuary.
I wonder what is in the House of Valor Sanctuary now. And also, are there any other houses that we're going to encounter? And lastly, the Summer Court.
We are the children of the fields and fountains, a fey body filled with a deep breath of magic. All that you see around you is ours. For many seasons we lived in these forests and canyons alone, distrusting, apart. But once we felt the call to join together, we became the Seelie.
You offer training? He does, dispelling. Okay, sweet.
May good fortune follow.
Once again, money well spent. Because again, that is a permanent bonus. So if we look now... Alright, so we now have at least 3 in every category, which means we can only upgrade by visiting one of the advanced trainers, which I don't think are for a while yet in the game. I think there actually are 2 basic trainers, which is like 0 through 3, as far as the trainers go. But we'll have to respect if we want to actually use any of the other ones. I'll worry about that later, though. I think I will, after this episode, or after we leave Issa, go back to the, I guess, I don't know, there's a couple Fate Weavers around. Maybe I'll visit our old friend Argan, whatever his name was. Haven't seen him in a while. And see if he can redo my stats for me. Alright, so here's an Echo Stone, but of course we have no ballads right now. Can I pick this up? Cure Seeker.
May the stone sing your song to the ages. May the breath of time remember you. Listen. Listen as the echo stone etches each ballad in memory.
Tell me of the Cure Seeker.
Olaine sought to bring the light of truth, to save a village plagued, to find a cure for them. Her quest, the Maid of Windermere, her test. Once the ill were brought to health, and the villain had fallen by, good Olaine returned to mortal ground and gifted them with magic found.
Would you like to start this ballad? Is that a quest line? I'm going to say yes and see what happens. It is, okay. Well, that's cool. And it looks like there might even be more over here. Oh, they're just decorative, okay. Because that's the only one that's actually a quest.
Welcome.
Alright, let's see where the quest is taking me now. To relive the famous ballad Cure Seeker, in which Lady Olin rescued the mortal village of Bright Tower by creating for them an alchemical cure. She planted the reagents she used in order to restore the natural cycle. It's kind of just like a gathering quest, but it'll give us some XP, which is always fun to have. I might get overleveled, but I also don't want to like miss the quests. Here's one of the watery areas, and then
Yes,
okay, this is just back down to the gardens. Gotcha. Let's head over this way then and see if this is the former House of Valor. And I guess before we do that, we'll talk to the last dignitary, even though we already kind of figured out the order.
I am the great huntress Hartwin, and you are not allowed on the Trellis. What brings you here, beautiful?
Well, I'm here to see the king. I think that's a valid reason for being here on the Trellis. In what order should you enter?
How quaint. Well, I am the most respected and most deserved to lead. Besides, I detest that harlot, Warlord Winry. So it is only right I meet the High King before her.
Wait a minute. I have... Oh, Harwin is first. Okay, yes, I knew that. Great. So it's Harwin, Winry, Setter, and Gurent, if I can read my handwriting. Tell me about the High King.
I have come to the gardens of Issa to report the decay of wild fae. They are disappearing, and the king must be informed. Either they are vanishing due to the decline in fae magic, or someone is hunting them. It's my duty to discover which story is true.
So, I've heard the mention of wild fae before. I wonder if that's like some of those creatures, like Bogger or something. I wonder if some of them count as what they consider wild fae. And I would assume it's related to the decline of fae magic, but always good to verify that theory. Okay, so we have the order now. Before we head back down, Let's check out, if we can, the Season Sanctuary. I wonder if this is the former House of Valor. Does seem rather empty. Pretty area though.
Mortals are such passionate things.
Couple plants. Very peaceful. Again, a good place to sit and read a book, but... Ooh, tinder twig. Not a very common ingredient. Yeah, a few less common ingredients here.
Don't test me.
Actually a pretty big area. And I see... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Let's put the sword away. I see some... Oh, is this a Fate Weaver?
Welcome to the gardens, mortal. But you have not come to visit the city, nor to speak with me. You are here on much graver errands.
Ah, she is. Okay, well, I guess visiting our old friend will have to wait then. And yeah, definitely getting a little bit higher up there. Okay, before we do this, I'm gonna talk to her. I'm gonna check my my current skills just so I remember what to re-choose again, or my current ability points. What are your thoughts on Fate Weaving?
I can help you divine the role you will play in coming events, and the skills needed to finish that journey. We are a special breed, but you know that already.
It is cool. They're both Fae and mortal Fate Weavers. What do you think of the gardens?
I am only a visitor here like you. Perhaps I was drawn to this place by something greater than myself. Perhaps it was you.
And the trellis?
This is where the Fae of Issa fulfill their roles in the telling. You mortals call it work, but we see it as following the cycle, letting our nature guide us.
Alright,
Farewell.
goodbye for a second. So, okay, let's go back to abilities. Alright, so we maxed out Longsword, we did 2 points here, 2 points into Constitution, and then 5 points to Quake, and then Relentless Assault we maxed out to get to 25. And then Sorcery, we maxed out our activated abilities, 2 points into here, 6 in Chakrams, 1 here, and 4 in... Okay, cool. Might not do it exactly the same again, but we'll do it pretty similar.
Let Karen and ease your worries.
Unbind Destiny. Yes.
And show you the illusion. Farewell.
Alright, time to level up. So all these points that we have now either come from our species or the sign we're born under. I think it's only species, or the points that we've gotten from the trainers. I do wonder though if give me 1 second here. The sound might stop, but there are other trainers in Issa for like blacksmithing and stuff. So maybe I'm actually gonna not. I'm actually not going to level up yet. I'm going to leave this. Oh, of course we can't wear any red gear. Okay, well, I guess we won't meet the High King this episode because it'd be a little embarrassing to do it in my underclothes. But I think what I want to do is at the end of this episode, I'll go look around and see are there any other trainers that we have access to right now that we weren't able to use because our skills were too high, and we can talk to them now, and that way we can get the bonuses before I spend the points, at which point I'll be over 3. Because like, for example, this should be obvious, but like, say I want to spend, I don't think I can do master yet, can I? Maybe I can. But say I want to max out alchemy. If I do it without doing the trainer, then I have to spend, 8 more points. If I do the trainer, then I only have to spend 7, and I can use the extra point elsewhere. So even though once I level up, I'll be higher than 3 for the skills I really want, it behooves me to use the trainers first and then to level up. All right, so if this is the way to... So I thought they said this is the way to talk to the High King, although I don't see any other place to go, so... How do you go further up from the trellis?
Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. There's a chest here, which I probably could loot, but again, I don't feel like I should. Thought that was like the High King for a second, but this is just some citizens.
Have you seen the bristletongue blossom on the font above? It's blooming quite well this season.
Be well.
Good to hear that. All right, let's go back downstairs for now, and then we can see where the quest markers take us. Maybe. See, I thought it did say for visiting the High King to go to the font. But let's see. Map. Yeah, enter the High King's court. Okay. And not the Trellis. But for now, let's return to the Squire, and then we'll gather some water as well. And I know we've already used a lot. I wish it would like get rid of the trainer symbol once you've already talked to the trainer, unless you can use them multiple times. I don't think you can. I think it's one trainer a piece. I'll have to verify that theory, though. Would definitely make my life a little bit simpler.
So, you're done. A right group of snakes, eh? So, any insight into how I should present them so as not to tug their writhing tails?
I know the order.
It's good that someone does. Go on. Let's line up these backstabbing serpents.
Alright, so the first one has to be Great Huntress Hartwin.
Yes, yes.
And then number 2 should be Wenery.
Of course. And then?
Number 3 should be Setter.
All right. Next?
Not using their title, everybody here has a title. Then I guess Grand Faymage Gurrent.
Yes, yes.
How did I do?
Excellent. That's a perfect order for these fools. Saves me the trouble of talking to them. Thank you.
Glad I could help. Hey, I got a little bit of gold. What's the understyle?
Few dustlings ever make their way to these gardens. I believe they fear us, as they fear the elements. As they should. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you not like to be called dustlings?
Not extremely so.
Farewell, honorable one.
So I guess that's just like this lower area here then. Alright, well let's go collect some magic water. So there's some back here. And I think all of our other quests take us either out of the city or into the font. Water, water everywhere.
Drink.
Okay, there's a quest over here. Which one is this?
Who's ready to join the fair? Doesn't look like you've had any luck. Forge me an honor brand and I'll do my best to make... Goodbye.
So this is like the repeatable quest, I think. I'll have to find a smithing station. I don't want to have any... I probably should have done that before I respect, actually. Because we're not going to do smithing yet, but we'll come back. I will do smithing at some point because I love crafting. I want to make like a cool staff and robes and all. Alright, so this is in the ruins. This is in High King's Court. Collect the water we can do. Cure Seeker, I think, is going to be outside as well. This is also, I think, outside. This is in the font. And near the city gates after dark. Alright, is it dark? Looks pretty dark. Yeah, I see stars. Okay. So let's get some water and then we'll meet her after dark. Did we listen to this one yet?
The maid, convinced of Olane's threat, agreed to free the town. The people offered thanks and praise, and quietly she went her ways. Once the ill were brought to health, and the villain had fallen by, good Olane returned to mortal ground, and gifted them with magic found.
So this is one of the, I think I might need a new shirt too. Looks a little bit tattered. So that's the same quest that we're on. The Ballad of Elaine, the Cure Seeker.
Good. You've come. I'm sorry to make you wait like this, but what I mean to discuss is very sensitive. It involves treachery.
Ooh. What's going on?
Despite the calm you see around you, The gardens of Issa are on the brink of war, and the question is, which one will it be? There are plans being made to siege this city. The Varani are displeased with the Court of Summer's lack of support for their people, and they wish to overthrow Tartarian and force the remaining Fae to fight. We can prevent this, but we must act now. If saving your people isn't enough, we can pay you as a reward.
So the Varani are one of the human species. I'm not sure which one. Maybe the more like piratey ones. But she could also be manipulating me, so I want to be careful here. Tell me more.
The Varani cannot stomach Tartarian's neutrality. They believe that his Fae subjects could be convinced to march with us on the battlefield. I believe this as well, but I would never resort violence. The Varani wish to turn Issa into a military camp. We cannot let that happen. It will ruin all our people have achieved here.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Alright, I want to help.
Of course, it is the right thing to do. The leader of the plot is the Varani ambassador, Kierna Brenner. Every night, the ambassador strolls Memory Walk, alone. She carries a pair of daggers. Take them. Afterwards, dispose of them. Destroy them. Salvage them. I don't care. Return to me when it is done.
So just take the daggers? Don't... Oh, I wonder if you have to pickpocket her. Interesting, maybe. I think the Dokafar are kind of like assassin types, so it makes sense they'd have a quest like that. Again, maybe I should have not... Maybe I should have kept my skills and my sneak skill, what little I had, or stealth skill before doing this. Maybe I should get the training from the camp too, because like it's 15,000 gold. You know, it can't hurt to have a little bit extra sneaking just for quests like this. Tell me about these daggers.
The Varani communicate secretly using weapons. They engrave codes into the blades of daggers and swords, and that way they can get them through a typical search.
Oh, smart.
We believe this particular pair of daggers describes the defenses of Issa, where it's strong and where it's weak. The Varani are plotting, and they will act.
Okay, that makes sense. I was wondering why the daggers are so important. Like, she can just assassinate Tartarian with them, and couldn't she get new daggers? I know there's like a weapons ban, but still, it seems like it's not that hard to get around. But that makes more sense. Now, I assume she still has that knowledge, so she could probably just carve it again, but maybe re-scouting and re-taking notes would at least delay them a bit. Give us time to figure out something else. Tell me more about the ambassador.
She is no politician. She is a warlord, and a cruel one. I've heard stories that would make your heart brittle. She was sent here for one reason alone, to bring down Issa. Goodbye.
Alright. Oh, it is kill. Okay. So not a stealth quest then. Well, let's get some buffs while we're here. I hope I can like talk to her before I kill her, because I just want to make sure, I want to hear her side of the story. I missed one of these, but... Or she's taking a second to appear. Yeah, I think I did miss one, because there should be 6. Alright, so... Ambassador Brenner is over there. It's the only white circle on the map, so we'll just follow that then. Hopefully we'll be able to kill her. Oh, I don't have any abilities. Uh-oh. I do still have health, though. Interesting. Okay. Maybe I should wait and do this quest later, but it could be fun, too, just using the longsword and seeing how I do. I do have potions, at least, and I have these buffs.
What do you want? Do you have business with the Varani in the Gardens of Issa? If so, then you must speak with me, Kierna Brenner.
That's what I'm doing. They want to stop you.
You must mean Keen and her cohorts in the embassy. Lapdogs, all of them. They don't appreciate the situation. They don't understand sacrifice. This plot interests you. Listen, Ambassador Keen tries to stop me, but she can only do so while she lives and breathes. You can help me put an end to that.
Alright, so she's basically admitted that everything Keen was saying is the truth, but now there's a choice. That's kind of cool. You can do the quest one of 2 ways. I do wonder, like, it'd be really cool if I decided to do this and killed Keen, if like it affected the main quest somehow, like it added another branch to it. I doubt it's going to happen though, and either way, I wouldn't want to let her assassinate Tartarians. So no, thank
Fine,
you.
but you are playing this game for the weaker side. If Keen wants to stop us, she will send someone, and when they come, I will be ready.
Not very perceptive.
Didn't I already deal with you?
So I guess I have to go into like...
Fine, but you are playing this...
Let's see. I guess I have to like go into that combat mode where you attack people. I should probably save before I do that. All right, let's do this. Which, here we go, Uprising. I've agreed to assassinate her, but it must be done quietly. Okay, well... She sees me. There's a guy up ahead there. All right, let's do this. I'm going to go ahead and save, and maybe I'll get our abilities back too. And then we'll try to assassinate her. I don't like being an assassin, but I feel like, you know, this is for a good cause. This is to stop her from assassinating Titarians. So we'll do the quest, but we will do it next episode. So thank you guys for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.